The words of one great man. He was so nice, had to do it twice. Well, that great man is looking his wounds in one corner, wondering if he still wants to fight on. In the time being, we have these two men, Usyk and Fury, doing it again. It has been a great pleasure to have covered both men on Bwtm Sports. I was fortunate because of Uncle James Adebashir to be able to talk to Usyk and do open interviews with him. If you want to check that out, please do look in the Bwtm Sports interviews. And of course, this used to be called the Fury channel because of the amount of interviews I was doing with Tyson Fury. So check that out as well. Those old videos. It's great to see the two guys getting it together again for a second time. My feelings have not changed. The round that Alexander Usyk stepped on the gas and hit Fury with the first real big left hand. When I say, I've always said it, that Usyk punches at two levels. He's got like the don't hit me punch, and then he's got the punches you're having it, you're getting it punch. Now, Tyson Fury showed me that he could not withstand the punching power of Alexander Usyk when he actually put his foot down and said, right, you're getting it. Fury was unable, when he did get hit with that punch, he was unable to respond. He was, in the words of the great Ian Dark, he was stumbling around the ring like a Saturday night drunk. And that's exactly what was, stumbling around the ring. And if it wasn't for his friend, the referee, and the fact that they wanted to make that a 2-fight deal, clearly, because if that was any other sort of fight, other being undisputed, that fight should surely have been stopped. And if you look at Usyk, he didn't want to hurt Tyson Fury. Go back and look at the tape. He's actually holding back. Look at his body language. Watch his fist. He's holding back on Tyson Fury. That's how good Alexander Usyk is. He had Fury out of it. And he didn't even pounce on him to finish, because if he'd pounced on him there and then, the fight would have been done. Let me take you back again to a similar fight. Joshua versus Usyk, the first fight. Similar situation. In the 12th round, Usyk has Joshua on the ropes. And again, Usyk does not go for the finish. He hurts him enough, but doesn't go for the finish when Joshua's on the ropes like this. You look at that round and you look at the round with Fury, similar situations. Both guys were unable, for the most part, to defend themselves when Usyk actually let his punches go. So I saw the press conference, and Usyk came out looking like the hitman, and Fury's like, oh, well, this time I'm not going to clown around. This time I'm going to do business and I'm going to be serious. Now, if the fight was scripted, then I think, oh yeah, Fury allowed Usyk to win the first fight, come back and win the rematch. And he could still come back and win the rematch, yeah? I'm not saying he can't. But in my mind, in that round, whichever round he was stumbling around the ring, the fight was over then. That round right there. Yes, I know he went on 10, 11, 12, whatever. But at that point there, he could have put the foot down and finished it. There was no point in that time, despite Fury landing shots and hurting Usyk and all the rest of it, there was no point in time that Usyk looked like he was on the verge of being stopped. Fury, on the other hand, he was evident, he was there to be stopped. And I know there are people on here that were telling me that Usyk doesn't have the power, he doesn't punch very hard. Well, either that's a different Alexander Usyk, or I told you so. I told you so about Alexander Usyk. I told you so. And I'm telling you again. Now, stuff Tyson Fury was talking about, oh, last time I was messing around, this time I'm going to get on it straight away, just like the Deontay Wilder fight. Stop talking about the Deontay Wilder fight. Deontay Wilder and Alexander Usyk are two totally different levels. You can't, one hand, say Wilder can't box. You can't box, And then on the other hand, you're rating up Wilder like he's Muhammad Ali. I don't understand these people that think, oh yeah, well Fury, when he got into that weight against Wilder, even people before Fury fought Wilder were calling Wilder windmill. Do you remember all them people? Oh, Wilder's a windmill. Wilder can't box. Wilder's just wild. Look at his name. Blah 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 blah. And the same people now turn around and say, yeah, well, he got in shape for the Wilder fight. Boxing fans are fickle, and for part of my French, for the most part, are full of shit. Full of absolute shit. Can Wilder box or can't he box? To me, he can't box. Not to the standard. Okay, he's an Olympian, and you can't take that away from him. But I don't think that after Mark Breeden left him, he was able to capitalize on those things that I think Breeden was working with. I think he's gone downhill since. I don't think his current trainer, I'm going to mention his name, but I think his current trainer did him any favors. Tried to get him to box, but in the process lost everything that made him the great fighter that he was. The puncher that he was. Do you know what I mean? Trying to pacify Wilder and get him to box, rather than getting him to just, utilize the gifts that he has. He had a good jab. He had a big right hand. And if you look at even the elite boxers, Emmanuel Stewart had it such a way that with Klitschko, all he did was use the jab, the straight punch, the jab, and the right hand. Did not throw uppercuts. Right? Emmanuel Stewart taught Klitschko, use the jab, use the right hand, don't throw uppercuts. If you're going to throw an uppercut, make sure you're close enough to let that punch throw to land so you don't get caught like Joshua did. And on the subject of Vladimir Klitschko coming back, this is old news. We told you that Vladimir Klitschko wants to come back and become the oldest heavyweight champion in history. I don't know how many interviews I did with Uncle James Ali-Bashir where he spoke about this. So Klitschko is going to want to come back to become the oldest heavyweight champion of the world. So Klitschko's planning his move. Might not be against Daniel Dubois, but he's planning to come back. An almighty comeback to become heavyweight champion of the world. You heard it here, not from anybody else. You heard it here. I've got all the interviews on it over and over and over again. I've talked about this on Bwtm Sports, so it's of no surprise to me. Back to this Fury versus Usyk 2 fight. Haven't we learned our lesson? Haven't we been here before? Oh, Fury's going to be heavier coming into the fight. And how's that going to work out? Is that going to make him quicker? You see, I'm a little concerned when fighters say, well, I'm going to come in heavier. That's not boxing. That's just weight. That doesn't make you heavier, doesn't make you better unless you're weight drained. And Fury clearly wasn't weight drained. So he's going to go in the strategy, I'm going to get bigger and I'm going to bulldoze over Usyk. Yeah, that might work. But what if it doesn't? What if Usyk's still there around 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? What happens then with that extra weight on you? What happens is that you get slower and slower. And guess what? Usyk suddenly becomes quicker and quicker. And the strategy is you're going to try and bring it to Usyk. Usyk's going to bring the fight to you, Tyson. He's going to bring the fight to you. So you have to, for me, you have to find a better way to fight off the back foot, a strategy to fight off the back foot and counter Usyk coming in. That's what you've got to do. And smother his work. And as much as possible, make sure that you're in control of the fight and push Usyk back. You can't afford Usyk to push you back because he's going to keep putting that pressure on you over and you cannot fight under pressure like that. Not for a sustained amount of time. And if you decide to put more weight on, either one or two things there. You're lazy, meaning that you don't want to do the work. That means you'd lose the weight, or pure dumb. Because, I mean, why would you put on, you make you even heavier. So it means you're heavier. You're not going to get heavier and quicker. You'll be heavier and slower, which means that you're more likely to take a full impact of punches. So the punches you may be able to get your body out of the way of before, you're going to get full connection of those shots. And lugging that weight around in 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, where we know that you dip in concentration and you dip in energy and your stamina dips. And you don't want your stamina dipping against a man like Alexander Usyk. Because when a man like Alexander Usyk sniffs your tide, you're out of there. So, And if Tyson decides to bring a more aggressive fight to Usyk, he's definitely getting knocked out early. He's definitely getting knocked sparkle. I'm telling you now. Because you coming to Usyk, you try and see. To me, I've watched Tyson box enough, right? When Tyson's hurt, what he usually does is put his gloves up and walk forward. Go and look how he fought Steve Cunningham. When he got hurt by Cunningham, he stopped boxing. He says, right, we're going to turn this into a fight. But if he does that against Usyk, he's in trouble. And he knows it. He's already said it himself. But Tyson is the world of contradictions. He doesn't even know himself what he's going to do. So he said, oh yeah, if I come forward and I'm aggressive, that's meat and drink to this guy. So what exactly are you going to do? You're going to fight off the back foot being a heavier guy? Clearly not. So if you're bulking up and saying, I'm going to box him like I boxed Wilder for the second fight, what did you do in the Wilder second fight? You bulked up and you pushed Wilder back. Why you pushed Wilder back? Because he was lighter and you knew Wilder could not fight a heavier man pushing him, being pushed back. And I guess when you push Wilder back, you take away his punching power because he can't get leverage in his shots the same way. Not against a good boxer anyway, or a guy who's got sense. A man like Robert Helenius, who just literally dived into Wilder, deserved to get knocked out. That's different. But Usyk and Tyson's always struggled against guys 6'3" and below. That's his whole career, struggled against guys like that. So he's got a tough fight again. He struggled against Cunningham, right? He struggled against Nevin Pajcek, right? He doesn't do well against those guys. Oh yeah, but the Chisora fight. Are you comparing Derek Chisora to Alexander Usyk? So Tyson's got some problems in this rematch. You see, he's got a guy he knows who's hurt him, but he doesn't believe that Usyk's beat him. He doesn't believe that. He thinks he's been robbed. And anybody I know going into rematches that think that they got robbed they generally get their ass whooped. You know why? Because they don't train like a challenger. They train like a champion. They have a champion mindset. I got robbed in the cards. I got robbed. Not I wasn't good enough or I need to make serious adjustments. No. I'm good enough. I can beat this dude. I got robbed in the cards. So unless you get your lights completely knocked out, like you get beaten up, battered, unless that happens, then the idea in your mind when you're training is that I only got beaten points. I didn't get stopped. And the dude, he's only a blown up light heavyweight or blown up middleweight, and the judges robbed me, but I'm still the man. And when you've got that mentality, I'm the man, and you're not prepared to make the adjustments necessary, and is his team good enough to make the adjustments at elite level? Is his team good enough to make the adjustments at elite level? Because Usyk is elite. Usyk is not, like, all due respect to Deontay Wilder, when it comes to boxing skill and IQ, he's not elite. His punching power is elite. But once you push Wilder back, as we've seen with the Zhang fight, and we've also seen with the Parker fight, when you push Wilder back, he's got no leverage to land them big shots. And I said this when the Parker fight was set up. I said the Parker will beat Wilder because he'll push Wilder back and he'll put pressure on Wilder. That's the secret to beating Wilder. Get inside and push him back. And that's exactly what Parker did. You set the tone of the fight. Don't allow Wilder to set the tone. You set the tone. And get closer, and let your hands go. And don't just throw one punch, threes and fours. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Don't stand mid-range with Wilder. Get completely out of range or completely up close, but do not stay mid-range. That's where you get knocked out. And if you look at the Fury fight, when Fury fought Wilder, the times he got knocked down were times where he didn't use the jab and he wasn't completely out of range, which means he allowed Wilder to literally use bow and arrow. As soon as Wilder had to use bow and arrow, you just pull back and let the right hand go, you're in trouble. Straight punch, straight down the middle. That's why Fury went over. So back to this Usyk fight. He cannot box Usyk like he boxed. He's like a one-trick pony. Because all you ever hear him say is refer to the Wilder fight. I don't know any other fighter that has referred to one fighter so much who wasn't technically that good. Like, if you listen to Fury, it's like, oh yeah, the Wilder fight. And even his fans, the Wilder fight. What the hell's the Wilder fight got to do with Usyk? Like, Wilder 6'7", Usyk is like 6'3", 6'4" at best. Usyk fought was undisputed cruiserweight champion. People only talk about Wilder potentially fighting a bridgerweight. Like, Wilder was never undisputed. I'm understanding the connection here. Apart from he fought Wilder 3 times and got inflicted a lot of damage inflicted on him in those 3 fights, by the way. So that last fight with Fury and Usyk was a damaging fight as well. I'm sure it would have taken something out of both fighters, but more out of Fury because of Fury's lifestyle and of course how Fury is treating himself outside the ring, and of course Fury in that fight got badly hurt. So I don't know how much Tyson Fury's got left as a fighter, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if he retired after this Usyk fight, to be honest. I don't see him beating Usyk, to be honest. You don't. And if he's going to beat Usyk, then he's going to have to somehow do it inside the first 6 rounds, bolt up. Because if he's coming in thinking Wilder 2 fight, he can forget it. He'll get knocked out. To me, he's got to stop Usyk in his tracks. He's got to not allow Usyk to gather momentum. And the second thing he's got to do is when Usyk is there in the second half of the fight and Usyk's starting to put the foot down and put the pressure on, Tyson's got to be able to match it in terms of energy and stamina, and he cannot do that. He cannot do that if he's going as heavy as he's claiming. People claim he's going to come in heavier. If he's lying, that's a good lie. But Usyk's very secure in what he's doing. He's very secure in himself, and he's very secure strategically. And he knows he can hurt. He knows he can hurt Fury. He knows the mistakes he made against Fury. You know, we know that Fury's going to go and target the body again. Like I said before, Usyk's got every chance of stopping Fury because I don't think his durability is what it once was. So yeah, and the stuff he said that he was clowning in that fight, he was nervous in that fight. Tyson was nervous in that fight. A lot of nervous energy. And if you look at the way Tyson tried to box Usyk, it's like how he tried to fight Klitschko. Look where he has hands down by his side, and he said he was messing around and stuff. I don't think so. I think he was actually trying to box Usyk like he boxed Klitschko. He said he lost concentration. If you look at the way Tyson boxes, Tyson has sort of like idiosyncrasies. For example, when he boxes, he's always touching his nose. He boxes. He's always touching that nose. So when Usyk hit him on the nose, it disrupted Tyson Fury. You gotta know Tyson well. So Tyson's not gonna stop doing that when he boxes. He's gonna do those things. I've always said fighters fight in patterns, and he's gonna do those things. The same things he did before, he'll do again. So he may come in bigger. That doesn't mean he's gonna be better. But again, that left hand is a problem for any heavyweight in the world. I'm telling you. And I still don't think we've seen the best of Usyk. I don't. And I think that if Tyson brings it to Usyk, he'll get stopped. But I think Usyk's one of these dudes, yeah. He's got a very, very, very nasty side to him. And we haven't really seen that yet. I think if he's pushed to the brink, we'll see something very special from him. I'm telling you now. That dude is very controlled. Very controlled. Because I go back to the round where he hurt Tyson Fury. He had him hurt there. The Dubois fight, I think he not underestimated Dubois, but he was not as interested in the Dubois fight. I think he got caught off guard with the Dubois fight because he wanted to fight Fury. And we got the Dubois fight instead. But not this fight. Not this fight. Actually thinks that if Usyk beats Fury, I think he retires as well. And for these people who want to see Fury versus Joshua, well, you've seen Joshua get beat up by Usyk. You've seen him get destroyed by War. It's not going to get much better. And then and if Usyk knocks out Fury, then why would you see that fight? Why would you see that fight? I'm not understanding. I'm not interested. I've got zero interest in fight. Zero interest. Zero interest. T fight I wouldn't mind watching is Usyk versus Lawrence Okoli. Like, we just so dismissive of Lawrence Okoli, WBC cruiserweight champion, WBC bridgerweight champion. Now he's moving up to heavyweight. He's got an awkward style. He's got long arms. He would give Usyk a lot of problems because of his reach, his boxing ability, his ability to stifle and to break rhythm. He'd give Usyk a lot of problems stylistically, and he can punch as well. And Usyk's not a big heavyweight. Stylistically, he knows how to grab and hold and tie up and frustrate. He's not going to allow Usyk to get that sort of rhythm off that he would normally get against other fighters. And obviously, Okoli's fought at a lighter weight division, cruiserweight, bridgerweight, up to heavyweight. So that would be a good fight, a better fight than people probably give credit to. I think Okoli would be a very dangerous fight for Usyk because of these reasons. And I think people very much underestimate Lawrence Okoli. He's a good fighter. Yeah. I see a fight I could probably see happening. Lawrence Okoli and Dillian White. I could see that fight happening. Definitely happening. Anyway, enough of that. In the comment section means better because it didn't mean that. Being aggressive to Alexander Usyk with Anthony Joshua, it didn't work. Tyson may feel he had more success, but then he almost got himself. So I hope that think tank of his dad and Sugar Hill. I mean, it's all right going against a 15 stone, half stone heavyweight that didn't even know what even weight. Up to this day, if you ask Deontay weight, he still doesn't. Him and his trainer still don't know what optimum weight is. The fans probably know what his optimum weight is more than he does. I'm not hating on Deontay. Very frustrated because I think that guy could have been a dominant force in the division under a more experienced trainer. Let's put it this way. Yeah, more if I've seen Deontay Wilder under Emmanuel Stewart, because Emmanuel Wilder, the left jab, the right hand, got him to tie up and set traps. And if you look at the Klitschko's, like I said, the left jab, the right hand, and you don't throw too many punches, right? 3 punches maximum. The reason why they threw 3 punches is because there were less chances of them getting countered. That was the system that Emmanuel Stewart brought in place. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. These are just my thoughts. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, hit the like button. When you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell. And obviously, if you've been a member of the channel for a while and you didn't get this flagged up or come up on your inbox, then the best thing you should do now is go to the notification bell, and click to all, because some may be personalized. Right, thank you so much. And again, I will invite you to subscribe to my gaming channel, Bwtm Gaming. We now have Undisputed, UFC 5, FC 25, Batman, Avengers. I'm currently managing Dortmund. Yeah, so I hope I see you over there. Take care. If you know where that channel is, just go on to the playlist and you'll see Bwtm Gaming. And also check out the Bwtm interviews. There's loads of interviews there, loads of old school interviews with Ray Mercer, Hassim Rahman, Muhammad Ali's brother. God, there's so many interviews there. Check them out. Take care. Even an interview with the real deal Evander Holyfield. Take care, have a good evening, and happy December.